Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny, video number 2. There was no sound in the first video for some reason, so I reset my sound connections. We'll give it another try. This is the Plan Your Trade video for June 2nd. Again, this is Brad Matheny. Good morning. Let's go over and take a look at the data. Again, we're moving into this sideways trading. We have a potential escalating war with Russia and Ukraine. The S&P is down about 0.25% right now. We're still trading in this consolidated range. I don't expect much to happen until we get out of this range. So I'm going to highlight again this 597 to 598 area as a breakaway area for gold, or sorry, for the SPY. And then this 557, 575 to 576 area as a potential breakdown area for the SPY. Until we get out of that range, we're going to be trading within this 15 to 18 point consolidated range. Okay, we're really just rolling around in this island topping formation. Now, with the cycle patterns, we're looking at a gap breakaway today in trending mode. Would not be surprised to see the news of the Russia Ukraine conflict driving some big events over the next day or two. So be aware that we could see some pretty big rolling of global markets. For example, the UK is down, German DAX is down, Japanese yen is down. Depending on how far these go and how currencies move, Bitcoin down as well, we could see, the US markets and the European markets kind of react to this war. We could see it opening up a fresh wave of, let's call it, concern with regard to, disruption of key commodity and energy markets. So, could be a very interesting play here, possibly starting a big downtrend. We'll see how it plays out. Gold and silver are moving. I'm trying to be a little quicker here because I'm running out of time. Moving strongly higher. Excuse me. Off of the news, the war news, you can see gold and silver over here moving strongly higher. Let me try to get this up into the front. You can see silver breaking out, not quite as strong as gold, but silver getting above 34, 34.50 right up in this area. In fact, I'll mark it here. This 34.50 area would be very strongly bullish. So let's see if we can get a big move here, 34.50. And again, same thing over here. We need to see gold up above 34.50. In my opinion, that would be very strong to the upside. So we'll see how it plays out. Gold and silver are making very strong moves today. The trend could continue, and the gold and silver patterns are a breakdown pattern, which is being thwarted by the Russia war. So again, war, big events, war, financial crisis, geopolitical crisis, political leadership crisis, that can really disrupt the patterns. So right now we're looking at a pretty big rally. Gold's up almost 2%, over 2%, 71 bucks. Could be $100 move here in gold. Once the market opens here in the U.S. and Asia later, we could see a good $100, $200 move here in gold, and that would mean roughly, I call it a $2 move potentially in silver. So we'll see how it plays out here, guys. Lastly, we'll come over here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving downward slightly. It's rolled into off this top, down into my Fibonacci trigger level here, roughly the 103 area, and then pulled back up to the Fibonacci trigger level. You see them here, the 246 area, 102, 794. That's what I call the trigger level. Once it hits that level, we look for it to pull back up here to the 07 or 0175 area, and that then generates an actionable sell trigger. At this point, we would want to kind of watch this level here as kind of a defense stop level, and we would be potentially guys expecting a bit of a downtrend. Okay, so in other words, we have this rolling cradle pattern set up. We have confirmation here. Ideally, our stop level should be way up here. That should be our big broad get out level. But you can kind of watch this level as a tighter stop level. This 106,725 area. You can watch this area, and we should be looking for kind of a breakdown mode here. I would believe that's the most likely outcome. Potentially setting up a big broad downward trend like I've drawn out over here in this big red arrow. So let me move this over here. There you go. Okay, so we've gone over everything. I got to get the other stuff running. Sorry for the short video today. Like I said, I did a fairly long one and there was no sound, so I'm hoping there's sound in this one. Could be a very interesting day with all this news. So pay attention, guys. We'll see how the world reacts to Russia, Ukraine potentially going even more ballistic right now. You know, not the typical Monday good news you want, but it is what it is. We just have to try to trade through it. All right, guys, go get some. Hopefully you caught some of this metals move. I know I did. Very happy about it. Talk to you guys later.